Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan with Her Courage to Plan. Today we've got to go ahead and get into completing the April monthly budget, guys. So if you missed the last video, I did a paycheck budget number 2 check-in for March. I'll go ahead and link that video up above so that you can go back and watch it. Now, I did mention that we do have an income loss. We have had to shift and adapt, and so we're just going to go ahead and do what we need to do. We are still getting income from our jobs. Like I said, my husband, his overtime has been cut, but as far as us still getting our paychecks, we are still getting income, and we're thankful for that. If something was to happen as far as one of us lose our jobs, then we'd have to come back again and revisit our budget. And so today's budget, we're just gonna, continue on. There is some reduction as far as paying extra on the debt, but I'll talk about that once I get to it. And so guys, I just hope that you all continue to just keep everyone lifted up in prayer during this time of uncertainty. And you all just mean so much to us, guys, so we really do appreciate your support. Now today, guys, I am going to be using my paycheck to paycheck budget journal. As I talked about previously, I did do a flip through, so I'll leave that link up above if you want to go back and review the full flip through of the budget journal. It is in my Etsy shop. It is a 12-month budget journal, guys, and it is amazing. It has a little bit of everything in it that I enjoy as far as our budget. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get right into the budget. Now here's the April monthly calendar that comes in the budget journal. It also comes with your bill due and payday stickers. Now recently I uploaded the video of me setting up the April budget monthly calendar. So if you want to watch that video, I will leave it up above so that you can go back and check it out if you so desire. So here we are, guys. This is a beauty. I love the streamlined look of this here budget journal. All right, so for April, we are expecting for hubs, we're expecting $23.02 to be direct deposited into this account. And then for me, we are expecting $1,400 to be deposited into this account. Now I did go back and increase the direct deposit into this joint account, so that is why you see the increase here. Now if this is your first time watching one of our budgeting videos, my husband and I, we have a portion of our paychecks going direct deposit into this joint household account. We pay bills out of our joint household account. We still have a little bit of money that is direct deposited to our personal accounts, and we pay our personal expenditures out of that account. All right, and then for the rollover, I did talk about that in the last video about we're having to use our rollover. So for March, we actually had $259.52 as a rollover, and we've got to count that in April's budget. So let's see what we are working with. We've got $23.02 plus the $1,400 plus $259.52. So we are working with $3,961.52 for the month of April. So that is definitely a decrease, but we will adapt, guys. We just got to do what we can do and just keep moving forward. All right, so for giving, for tithe and offering, it's at $884. All right, and then for our mortgage, it's at $502. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this video along so I can go ahead and plug in the expenditures, and I'm going to come back and I'll do a recap with you guys. All right, I'm going to see you back in a bit. Alright guys, so I'm finished plugging in these numbers. What I need to do is kind of go ahead and make sure I crunch these numbers and figure out what we do have left for our son's tuition, vacation, and if we can put the minimum on our HELOC. So we are hoping that we can pay the extra $50 on the HELOC, but we shall see. So let's go ahead and crunch these numbers real quick. Alright, so we are at $25.35.97 thus far. So let me get a sticky note. $25.35.97, and that is just, you know, without a buffer. And then that is $50 as far as the household. So if we go ahead and try to crunch these numbers, I'm going to go ahead and put the income down here because that is not changing, the giving, and then we'll do the number crunching here before we actually put in the true expenses and savings, and of course the extra debt. So the income that we're working with for planned is the $3,961.52, and then giving is at the $884, and then the expenses we've got here $25.35.97. So let's go ahead and crunch these numbers. So we're at $39.61.52 minus $884 minus the $25.35.97 thus far. So we have $541.55 left that we can budget. So that looks good, that we can actually go ahead and fill in the saving funds, the other two, which is the son's tuition, vacation, and we'll be able to get the extra $50 from this as well. And the remaining, we're just going to allocate it to the buffer. We're just going to keep it in the account and continue to roll it over if we don't, you know, use it. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So right now, $541.55. Okay, so we do know that the $50, let's take out the $50 for savings minus $50. So that leaves us with $491.55. So we'll be able to get son's tuition. So let's go ahead and subtract that $150. All right, we can get son's tuition out of this. And of course, if this is your first time watching our video, we are cash flowing our son's college tuition while trying to pay off debt as well. So that is something that we have decided to do, and hopefully he doesn't have long to where he can go ahead and graduate. So we just know that it is a blessing to be able to graduate without any student loan debt. So we are truly thankful for that we're able to do it. All right, so now with the $150 off, we've got $341.55 left. Now we are still cash flowing our vacation fund, and we generally put $100 in there, so we're going to do the $100. So we'll subtract $100 from that. All right, that leaves us with $241.55. So now we can put that minimum amount that we want to pay for HELOC. We can put that $50 here and just subtract $50. Okay, so that leaves us with $191.55, and that's just going to stay in the account, guys. Generally, we would like to put as much as we can on the HELOC, but I talked about this in our 14 tips video. If you missed that, I'll leave the link up above. So normally, guys, we will put as much as we could on the HELOC minus like $100 buffer, but with everything going on, we're just going to keep the remaining in as a buffer. We're still going to do a zero-based budget, just making sure that we allocate the planned income over our planned expenses. So we do still have the savings challenge going on, so we are still saving. And like I said before, if something was to change, we would end up, you know, getting rid of this altogether. If we had to use our saving funds, then of course the vacation fund would be the first that we would look at. Remember the $25.35.97, that was without the buffer. We know that we have $191.55 left, so we should have a total $25.35.97 plus $191.55. That should be our total expenditures, which is the $27.27.52. So let me go ahead and write in the buffer, and that'll be at the 191.55. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more calculation of everything that we have. All right, so our total came up to the 27.27.52. So we are going to go ahead and plug that in, and I can plug this down here. All right, and then our savings at 50 plus 150 plus 100. Our savings again is at 300, and then the extra debt total is at 50. All right, and we'll plug that in down here. Okay, and then we'll do a final calculation so we can make sure that we've got a zero-based budget. So it's the 3961.52 minus 884 minus 27.27.52 minus 300 minus 50, and that's a zero-based budget, guys. All right, and so with the car insurance, I talked about that in our 14 tips video, where Hubs was going to go back and check our deductibles to see if he can increase it temporarily and see if it'll give us some type of decrease in our car insurance, and it did. That's about a $32 saving. So if you have not watched that 14 tips video, make sure you go and watch it to see if you can glean some tips that will work for your family situation. And pest control, you know, this is not every month, but this is the month that we have to have pest control. We do it every other month, so that is in there for this month. Groceries, I was kind of skeptical about putting this amount in since I am working from home. Hubs is 50-50, but groceries are much higher, guys, and they're higher because you don't have the choices that you would normally have to kind of, you know, get a bargain. So you're having to pay for the higher price items. So that's why it's still at the $800. And house supplies, I did add an additional $20. Generally it's like $80, but I just went ahead and added another $20. I did reduce the gas because we're not really going anywhere back and forth to work. So instead of $140, I just did it at $100. So there is some adjusting here. So like I said earlier, if we've got to come back and regroup and, you know, redo the budget because of something that has changed again, then we'll just have to do that, guys. I do appreciate you all's support. I thank you so much, guys. You all have been awesome. I know that there may be some people that have been hit harder than others. Just continue to keep everyone encouraged, guys. This is a time that, you know, stress levels are high, but we want to make sure that we try to be as supportive as we can. So with that said, I do want to thank you all for just taking the time to stop by and watch this video. And guys, you stay tuned to the next videos. I have to make sure we get our Paycheck budget number 1 out. I've got to do a debt tracker update with you guys. Also got to do a savings challenge update with you guys. So continue to watch out for those videos. But until the next time, I will see you later. Bye.